Thank you. She was sitting inside a small home in the middle of nowhere in rural Uganda. She was there installing a prototype, like the ones we saw today, of a product that she had been working on for a few weeks. It was a small solar home system that would allow this man and his family to have light for the first time. So as she sat there with the first light bulb flickering on top of them, this man asked her, "Wait a minute, you came all the way over here to install this just for me?" She responded, half smiling, half teary-eyed, "Yes." "Is this your work?" he asked. "Yes." Why do you do this?" Days later, she was back at her regular job on the 50th floor of a really big building in Madison Avenue, typing away. But something inside her had changed. How many of you here today are here for work or as part of your job? I thought so, me too. You will spend 40% of your remaining days awake in this world at work. So when we talk about what we do for work, what we're really talking about is what are you going to do with the days in your life? I'm supposed to be here to talk to you about the future of work. But as Becca mentioned, when we talk about the future of work, it tends to be this gloomy idea about robots taking over our jobs, about shifting skill sets, about disruption. But in reality, what I'm most interested in about the future of work is what goes on with the humans behind our days in our life and our work. And so to start, let me talk to you a little bit about the future of our workforce. Who are the humans behind our future workforce? By 2020, the majority of our workforce will be millennial. And as I'm sure you've heard, the way these young professionals think about their work is changing dramatically. 60% of young professionals today say they will leave their current job within the next 2 years. Many of them might be your employees. Transitions across jobs, industries, geographies are becoming the norm. And in the meantime, big companies are trying to get a sense of all of this by offering, free lunches, lavish workplaces, unlimited vacations. But in reality, the problem continues to be massive. Because it basically means that our future workforce wakes up every day, grabs coffee, gets to work, and has one foot out the door. When we get asked how happy we are in our jobs, we say, "I could do more. I want more growth, more meaning, more impact." And I'm sure some of you must be thinking, okay, this is the story about millennials being precious. And I'd say no. I think this is the story of the humans behind our future workforce raising their hands to say, hey, there's something that isn't aligning with the way I spend the days in my life. 5 years ago, I was sitting at a bank in New York City where I could have had a great high-paying career, and I decided to quit abruptly and go back to Mexico, which is where I'm from. So we set out to figure, well, what is it about our current jobs that is making us so unsettled? And to answer that question, I'll go back to one of the most profound learnings I had in my wonderful time at IDEO, which is everything you see in the world and everything you do in the world can be designed. So why not think about our jobs as a product that was designed? Well, in that sense, our traditional jobs have the following design requirements. They're fixed. You sign on the dotted line and you commit to me forever. They're indefinite. They're directed. And more importantly, our mindset around work and life is still very much, there's what you do at work, and then there's what you like to do in life. Except for a place like IDEO, where they do that really well. So what if we designed a new product for work? Maybe a product that fits the type of humans that we are now. We're more global and connected than ever. We live in the mobile, social, cloud era. We're less tied to home ownership. We get married and we have kids older. We crave experiences, travel, impact. Some new design requirements of this product could be flexible, global, adaptable, self-directed. And more importantly, that our mindset around work and life was not work and life, but how can work be something that enables me to have the life I want to live, the purpose I want to have in life? Well, what would the future of work look like with this new product? Maybe you won't work for one single company for a really long time. but rather you'll work within a network of people and places, being called on for specific bodies of work at specific points in time, at different points in your career, with different organizations in different places. Maybe jobs aren't fixed titles, but rather they're structured as work to be done, missions to be accomplished, challenges to be solved. With data and technology, I'd understand exactly what your skill sets are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what moves you. And I would connect you with organizations around the world that are pushing forward the things you most care about. Ecosystem thinking, as we've discussed broadly today. Maybe as you sit here, you'd log onto your phone and you'd see an alert about an organization that is building a prototype around something you deeply care about, and they're inviting you on a mission to help them with a team of 5 people that you've never met. People and organizations and bodies of work more like networks, not constrained within offices and roles and jobs, but more fluid, democratized across talent, and connected across borders. So who am I anyways, and where do I work? I'm Maite. I'm the co-founder of Via.work, which is a marketplace that connects professionals with short-term work on site in mission-driven companies around the world, either for periods of transition between one job and another, or as refreshing breaks from their current jobs where they can go out, learn something different, and then come back renewed and refreshed. If you sign up to Via today, you can apply to work for 3 months at a fintech company in Mexico, at an education academy in Nairobi, or at a health tech startup here in San Francisco. And every day we talk to thousands of professionals who we hear consistently this hunger to explore the world and give back to the world, to get more out of their careers, to be able to experiment and prototype with what it is that they want to do in their life. We hear, I've always dreamed of doing this or that. I have a passion for climate change. Or I don't know what my passion is and I want to experiment. And broadly, the feeling is they feel stuck. So we're creating a new work product tied to our strong belief that work is something that enables you to live the life you want to live. And redefining what work means and what our jobs and our careers mean. To end, what does it matter that we see work as enabling our life's purpose? And this is probably the core piece. See, because when you find a strong emotional connection to the work that you do, that tingling sensation that this is what I meant to be doing with the days in my life, that feeling is what makes the whole difference. And that's the piece that can get you to do anything. Like the woman I mentioned in the beginning who went on a project through Via to Uganda. That single experience of a human emotional connection to her work changed not just how she thinks about her career, but how she wants to design the days in her life. Going back to young professionals shifting from one job to another, at Via we've come to understand that as a symptom of our generation demanding a lot more from the product we've called jobs for centuries that hasn't really changed. We're looking for work as a way of enabling the life we want to live, to accomplish the missions we want to accomplish, and to have the impact that we want to have in the world. And in a time when we have so many complex challenges to solve at a global scale, we need our future workforce to be more engaged and more connected with the work that we are doing than ever. If you're sitting in this room, you are one of the privileged few in the world who have a chance to design your career and design your work. And ask yourself the question, what life does my work enable me to live? What experiences am I having? It isn't just about your job, it's the way you will spend the days of your life. Thank you.